And we are back.
We are back, and I'm a little mad. Not about this game, though.
Why are you a little mad?
This keeps on happening to me. So I work as a substitute, as most people know as a teacher, after being a teacher for a while.
Hey, they're all cheering me on. Yeah.
And so, like, it's kind of hard right after breaks for another, like, to get jobs because not a ton of people are, like, missing out.
Yeah.
Wait up, Chris. I'm coming, too. This scheduled rant will be brought to you in a couple moments. I had Raihan beat in no time, but it took you forever to beat the other gym leader? What's going on, my dude?
Yeah, it's been like 30 seconds.
Once I got my head on straight and stopped, is he talking to you over the phone or over the rotom? Like,
I don't entirely know. I don't see him on screen.
Down in every decision I made is, Is he always behind us?
I guess.
That was quick.
Yeah, that
All
was.
right.
He wasn't visually there.
And you never even stopped nattering on through the whole
Raihan.
battle. Oh, it's Raihan? God, I wish there was like different icons. It's so weird that they just use a black bar for everything. All right. What did I do for him?
You made him sound cool.
Oh. And you never stopped nattering on through the whole battle.
He's like cool and cocky.
Yeah, you're pretty different from that champion in that. But your strength is genuine. It's proven by the dragon badge you won from me. You came out with me with all the force of a raging storm, and even then I was blown away.
By his stupid sheep?
I guess. Listen up, you two. Battle your way through the Champion Cup tournament to face Leon. One of you ought to.
I'm surprised he didn't like FaceTime us or something with how he's stuck to his phone.
Yeah, you know, you would think, right? I reckon I'm the favorite to win, but I'm up against the true rival, Chris. So I'll wring out every last thing I learned during my battle with you, Raihan, the beater.
That's not nice.
Just beat it with a stick. Beat it with my fists.
Yeah, don't beat me.
Casual, beating the other person. Just pummeling them into the ground with my Machamp.
Yeah, I must pose.
Corny anime.
Oh, God,
styling.
that's right. He's going to talk over the whole train, huh?
Probably.
We'll get to your story.
Probably.
Oh, we're in sync. Not Backstreet Boys.
You were in sync before. I always preferred in sync when I was a kid versus Backstreet Boys. I don't know if it was just because, like, Backstreet Boys is more popular, but I don't know.
Man, this stuff goes by fast. I hope you guys read that.
Plus, Lance
Still
Bass
sick, by the
voiced
way.
Cloud in Kingdom Hearts, so that immediately gave them, like, one up.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, he wasn't that bad as Cloud either. For, like, the 4 lines of dialogue that he had.
Well, it looks like for right now you get to maybe retell your story depending on if
Hop's
it's
gonna
going to
show right back up.
I know, right?
He's gonna be right there. Right now. So this is Route 10. It's like a wall made out of snow. Like a snowy snow place that has snow.
Didn't we just go through like a ton of snow and ice and stuff?
You would think, but this
This is
kid's
like the
short
biggest
a few
area.
marbles. When this kid was counting sheep, he skips every other one and thinks they're rams instead. Bet there'll be an ice-type Pokemon crawling out through the woodwork in this. You mean like snow work? Woodwork doesn't work. There's no wood. Oh, God. Come on, Chris. Reckon we'll be able to train ourselves up to the new heights before the Champion Cup starts? And yes, before anyone says anything, I get it's a saying, but there's snow here. Like, make a pun. Come on, it's right there.
Yeah.
I believe in myself and the Pokemon on my team, and I know we'll get all loads stronger. So I'm off. See you in Wydon, mate.
Now you can tell your
Wyndon?
story. Well, I think it's Wyndon.
It's probably Wyndon. This has happened a bunch this year versus past years. Like last year when I was subbing, I didn't run into this as much. But
So what were you to refresh?
to reiterate,
yeah.
I work as a substitute teacher in my district after working as a teacher for a while because budget cuts and other bullshit. But we're going to substitute. They post jobs on a website. You pick up said job, and then you continue on.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's more. They take you as a contractor.
pretty
of
much,
sorts.
yeah.
Okay.
A contractor. I don't get benefits. I don't get any real. I'm an employee, but I'm not an employee.
So it's very much contractor work. That's
pretty much, yeah. You pick it up as you go, like every day, which that's not that bad. There's usually enough jobs. Like when the year is rolling, it's not a big deal. It's
Well,
a little.
you get kind of cut out of the health benefits and stuff
No,
like
yeah,
that.
that blows.
sucks.
That fucking
Especially
blows.
the seniority stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty rough, man.
Yeah, it can be.
But what's happening with it?
It's a little frustrating when it's like right after the holidays because they don't want people to like call out sick, so the jobs are a little bit more limited.
Yeah.
And I picked up a job. I was like, okay, cool. This one's local. It'll be a nice way to ease myself back into subbing again for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Awesome, no big problem. This is like the 4th or 5th time it's happened this year, but immediately after picking up a job, the teacher cancels it right off again.
Oh.
And I know as this teacher, because I used to use this system, you have to go through a lot of hoops in order to pick and choose your day off and be like, oh, I know I'm gonna not be here this day.
Damn.
And then you pick it,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it shows for the next like 3 months when you can assign like if you're gonna be gone whatever time. So I immediately click it and then I check back my email like 10 minutes later. It's like, oh, this job has been canceled, which either they just don't want me to take the job, they wanted someone else to take the job. But all you have to do if you want a specific person to take your job is you can plug them in.
Well, then I would say that that's not the case then.
You can specifically do this, but you can't mistakenly pick a day either, though. And teachers don't get punished for like putting in like days and then immediately removing them. But as a substitute, if you pick up a job and then you cancel that job within 24 hours of that job being canceled, you can't pick up a new job.
Oh,
so like
fuck.
as a substitute, you get fucked, but the teacher doesn't get any repercussions on them.
That sucks.
They can cancel your job whenever they want. And I get it, they're the on-staff teacher. But come on, you post a job up, I pick up the job, I plan my day around it.
It should be if you cancel, you can't pick anything up for 24 hours.
I've had this stuff happen multiple times.
I see how that fucking sucks then.
Yeah, I've had this happen multiple times where it's like I pick up a job and sometimes, okay, I'm all ready, I'm ready to go, and then like 10 o'clock at night, they're like, oh, it's canceled now. So it's like, the fuck, man? Like, you already called out that you weren't going to be there, and like, I get it, you want to be there for your students and all this other stuff, but this is also kind of my livelihood, and you're screwing me over, and you get paid no matter what. You're on salary.
Yeah.
You're fine. You have set sick days.
You think they understand? Oh!
I think
you think they understand that that's the case?
Some teachers do. I don't think a lot of teachers do, but like the district really fucks around with substitutes. Like we don't get emails, we don't get any of this stuff. So the way for teachers to contact us is like either through their office manager or through us just giving out our personal phone number.
Jeez.
Because the district doesn't want to give us a email, because if they give us an email, we're technically employees, and if we're employees, then they'd actually have to give us benefits.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy because all the subs pretty much in the district, unless you're retired, work every day anyways. You work the full school year.
They really fucking jerk you around.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, dude, that sucks.
But the pay is decent enough that it's like, it's still better than working at like it's still way preferable to working at like a fast food restaurant or like a supermarket. Like it pays more than that.
Yeah.
And the hours are a little bit shorter. So it's not the worst thing, but when you're like, okay, cool, there's 8 days for the pay time for this next month, and that's it because school was out for 2 weeks.
How do you spell Kim Jong-un? Is it J-O-N?
J-O-N.
Okay.
J-U-N.
I can't remember if it's... I'm just going to do it like that. I can't. Kim Jong-ice. So it's probably J-U-N.
Yeah,
but
the month of February is going to be a shitty paycheck because it's only going to be 8 days worth if I get all 8 days.
I named him that because of his stupid fucking haircut.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the Kim Jong-un.
I would name him Icicle Mountain or Icy Mountain or something like that.
What is the Disneyland Ice Mountain?
Yeah. Thunder Mountain.
Thunder Mountain?
No, not Thunder Mountain.
What the fuck?
It's Mr. Mime.
But Icy?
It's a Galarian Mr. Mime.
Oh, God. That sucks, dude. That's terrifying. That's more terrifying than the normal Mr. Mime.
It's frustrating. I didn't even realize until yesterday, and around 10 o'clock at night, that, oh yeah, for some reason, the winter break is 1 extra day longer, so I wasn't able to work today, which was kind of relieving and kind of not too bad. But I was like, okay, cool, I should be able to find a day and be able to do it, yada, yada, yada. But now I'm constantly having to check our online system in order to like check for sub jobs constantly. I have the rest of the week filled out.
Yeah.
And I know next week will be fine because my district is so huge and there's so little subs right now because of how they jerk people around.
But tomorrow specifically,
because there's only an 8-day window, it's like, fuck. I really want to maximize the amount of days I work because the entire month of February is going to be a shitty check.
Yeah, no, I get you.
And it's like, okay, I want at least enough to cover my bills, cover my rent, and then cover my 2 like loans that I have out.
No, I get you, man. That's harsh.
Yeah.
God dang.
If anyone wants to hire a teacher without a credential, let me know. In California, you got art classes that pays over $20 an hour. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
Says I fell asleep. Locally in the Bay Area.
Yeah, and if there's anywhere in the Bay Area and you guys know a teaching position where they don't care about having a credential,
I bet there's not much out there that's available for that. Just strictly because of the credential. It's probably like
there's a decent amount. It's public schools that's the problem. Most
oh no, that makes sense. Yeah,
colleges
yeah.
And colleges sometimes want a master's, but they don't have to. But my friend, who is a teacher instructor over at the academy, he doesn't have a credential. He doesn't even have his degree. I don't think he has a degree after until he was teaching for 2 extra years at the academy.
Its talent is tap dancing. It can also manipulate temperatures to create a floor of ice, which this Pokemon will kick up to use as a barrier.
Yeah.
I mean, we know Mr. Mime, so I'm not going to nickname him. He's just terrifying.
He's a little less terrifying in this form.
I think he's more. I think he's gonna kick the shit out of you. Looks like. Zozo's been rocking, so I'm gonna keep her.
Yeah.
Keep her
her going.
Hypo Potion. Because we beat up all the gym leaders, I was able to buy a couple more items. It was like the max.
Nice.
Max, what are they?
You want a
max
awakening.
revives.
You're looking for awakening.
We got max elixirs and full restores.
Nice.
I picked a couple of those up. So that was nice. Spent like 100,000 of our dollars. All our dollar bills, y'all.
But yeah, I was feeling pretty good. And then I got that, and I was just like, God. Because they're like, oh, cool, local school, easy way, pays a little bit more because it's one of the harder schools to work at. All right, awesome.
When you say harder, you just mean children, or?
Yeah, the kids are just harder to deal with than most kids. It's not one of the richer schools, and that sounds a little, I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say biased. But it's just kind of like the kids, you have to have a different approach with them. And I like those schools, honestly, more than I like...
I'd say non-typical approach, then?
Non-typical approach. Kids are a little more defiant. Kids are a little bit, have harder backgrounds and stuff like that.
It's the less picked area because it's a little bit more challenging.
Basically, it's the non-rich area, pretty much. The richer area schools are easier to teach at because kids are usually more disciplined there, but... You can also run into some kids are just pompous as hell at those schools too.
Ooh.
I always feel like when I'm at the more grounded schools or more middle class, lower middle class incomes, they're more realistic. They're more true to life, and there's less bullshit usually attached to it.
That makes sense. Makes sense to me. God, I haven't been in school for forever, so I don't even know what kids are like nowadays.
They're really not that much different than when we were kids, honestly. People, the more you're a teacher, the more you begin to realize kids don't really change. They're really not that different. The only thing that kind of changes is the technology and how they learn. And maybe some of the approaches to learning have changed. But other than that, kids are still kids. They have the same problems we had growing up. Just sometimes it's more transparent now. And I mean, there's more things that come out now than were before, with the LGBTQ community and stuff like that being more widely accepted, which is a great thing. So because more of that's accepted, more of that gets talked about, and less of it is a taboo than it was before. Because I remember when we were growing up, in high school, even just someone being gay or coming out as gay was kind of treated as oh, whoa, what?
Yeah.
It was kind of considered a bigger deal than it really should have been.
I get you. Yeah, I do recall that. Well, that's good. That's a positive growth,
Yeah, I've had a ton of students who are trans or non-binary, anywhere that fall in that different, anywhere that in the LGBTQ community. I've had all different kinds. All great kids.
I'm gonna name him Gearhead, but spelt it with that way.
Nice.
Sent a box. I figured to just catch all the no Pokemon around here,
I actually ran into some of my old students at our local Safeway. They're like, when are you going to come stop at my school? I'm like, there hasn't been any
Whenever your teacher doesn't fucking cancel on me.
Yeah, whenever your teacher doesn't fucking cancel on me, because I typically don't like to go there because it's my alma mater, because I'm like, I hate being there, but I love my kiddos so much. I'm like, I might suck it up one of these days for you guys. I hate being there. I hate being there. And I didn't even hate going to high school. I actually really liked high school.
Yeah, no, I get it. So what, you get to see some of the same teachers and stuff?
No, all the teachers from when we were there are gone.
Oh.
They're all out of there. The only
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad either. The last one that was there used to be my music teacher, but he retired. And then someone that actually went to high school.
Retired is good.
Yeah, that graduated after us, took over the position. He went to school with my younger brother, and he was the drum major at that time.
Okay.
He's a really cool dude. So I got to talk to my student about how he liked his music teacher, which is also kind of weird because he's younger than us. He's like 25.
Oh, jeez.
And he's teaching high schoolers. I'm like, ooh, that's a weird area.
Yeah, maybe he can, maybe he can relate more, so it gets easy.
Yep.
It's hard to say. Maybe they'll respect him more because he's younger. Maybe they won't.
Maybe they will. Maybe they won't.
It all depends on
I
attitude
can just
and
imagine tons
personality.
of high school girls having crushes on him.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is super weird.
Yeah.
But he's also super young and very attractive.
I understand it, but that's weird.
It happens, especially in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember Miss B. Tons of kids would say stuff about her all the time.
Yeah, I think I do know who you're talking about.
It was our last year of high school. And it was the class we had Jeff with.
Was she the one that hated me and Mike?
No, you're thinking Miss L.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Miss B. Miss B was the last English teacher
I heard a
that
lot
we
of
had.
stuff about Miss L.
Well, yeah, Miss L liked me, but...
No, but I mean, I heard a lot of people crushing on her and stuff like that.
Oh.
'Cause she was younger and
she was I think,
very pretty.
I think she was 30 when we were in high school.
Yeah.
Like 30-ish around there.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. But no, all the teachers from when we were there, I think are all gone. I don't think anyone else is still around because...
Huh.
I mean, I had a couple of meetings with the art teachers that were over at that
Downbeat.
school.
Yeah.
I was over there once. I think Miss M might still be there, which is still crazy. I think she's the only teacher. So our beloved math teacher is still there, but other than that, I think everyone else is gone.
Nice. I'm glad she's still there.
Still fucking kids over, telling them they don't
Yep.
understand the concepts of math.
Destroys our concept of math for the
Good
future generations.
person.
Whoa, what?
Not a great math teacher, though.
Would you like to give Vanillix a name?
That was like something like you caught the two Pokemon that were like on your radar for the Pokedex
Oh,
or something
that's
like
cool.
that. Or one of them on your radar for the Pokedex. Like it'll usually, I think when you pull it up, it gives you like, hey, you haven't caught these guys and they're in this area and they're available right now.
I'm going to name them 2 cones, 1 poke.
Nice. I never did watch that video and I'm glad I never did.
I've seen it.
I remember back
It doesn't
when
have 2 cones, but I mean, what else am I going to name
that
it?
was back also when we were in high school too, and I remember Roundhouse from back when we were playing
Oh,
Final
jeez,
Fantasy
yeah.
11. Try to bring up that video and try to get people to watch, and it's like, oh no, you can't trick me, you dumbass.
Yeah.
I'm not, no way.
He's a fucking troll.
Yeah, he was.
That's a rude thing to trick people with, too.
Oh yeah. He was not exactly mature.
No, not at all. Not in any sort of sense.
Nope. Not
like-
even the slightest.
It's like, it's funny in retrospect, like, ha ha ha, because it's non-harmful in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, dude, you don't know what kind of stuff people have gone through and, like, if that's going to absolutely destroy them or not. Like,
Which is also just something that wasn't really as thought about too when we were younger as well. Like
God,
that,
if I'm thinking about it too.
that
I think
idea
they
of
were
just being
naked as
more-
well, so that's already like
that's already risky.
you're sharing nudity with
yeah.
people you don't know their age. It's like, dude, that's fuck. Like, not to mention the poop eating stuff, but
yeah, the idea of like
excuse me.
understanding like and being more self-aware of like how certain things might affect
Yeah.
someone's mental health
Absolutely.
was definitely not a thought process that was going on when we were younger.
Yeah. I was a little butt too back in the day,
Yeah.
but better now. Not the best, but better now.
I was aware of like, not trying to I guess I don't want to say trigger people, but like not really like do things to provoke other people, but at the same time my understanding is far greater now, especially after teaching.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
like understanding more and more about like mental health and like all that stuff. And I'm still a novice.
It's empathy.
Yeah, I always had that, but now there's a lot of things.
I'm not saying I didn't have.
To be fair,
empathy.
some people still take it to a bit of an extreme.
On both ends.
On both ends. But overall, I do think it's a more positive trend of something that we're going for.
Yeah, I think so too. When is the snow gonna end? I feel like I've been in snow for like the past 2 weeks.
I think this is gonna be your.
Is this the Mario 64 track?
Maybe
where you're driving through the ice
Snow Peak
area?
Valley or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it was.
But this feels like you're more like your Elite Four area.
You're dumb.
So
I'm over here.
They're just gonna shovel trainers all in your stuff. It is a blizzard.
I'm fucking dying. Oh my god. Only do what you can. Taking risks mountain climbing is dangerous. I don't think we're really mountain climbing. I just kind of walked up that.
Yeah, that was kind of easy, Ninja Turtle man.
Yeah, Ninja Turtle Douglas.
Ninja Turtle Douglas, how's it going?
Oh boy.
And here I am, like every 20 minutes, like just going like, all right, this another job pop up. Let's see.
He's just watching the timer on the episode. You're like, it's been 20 minutes, time to go.
Yeah,
time to check it.
People like the little pool of subs that are working are quickly picking up stuff, and it makes me regret it because I saw a PE job. I didn't want to take that. I hate subbing for PE.
That makes sense.
Subbing for PE is the worst. I don't feel like I know what I'm doing, even though I'm physically fit now. Yeah. I still don't feel equipped to like teach them that stuff. You're against a steel type, so butane would be really good.
I don't know if I'm gonna swap though.
You'd also, I think.
I'll swap.
Yeah, butane's probably the best.
The only thing I know, I just looked at the chart, but the only thing I know off the top of my head that fights steel is fire. So I was like, wait, electricity, steel, that's probably good, right? Then I looked at the chart and I'm like, doesn't show it, no.
There's always, I know there's like multiple weaknesses, but like I said, probably about 15 episodes ago, I would always memorize one type that has advantage against said type. And then I would forget the rest of it because it's too much to remember. And half the time, ground types and rock types never come up in the end game content, so it was never really worth worrying about. And they didn't start adding fairy Pokemon, I think, till Gen 6. So like dragons were just like, just throw a psychic at it, just throw your strongest thing at it, and just, hope you can beat it.
I get that.
Like even if there was something else that was decently strong against type, I wouldn't have that type on hand. It'd be like, I got my Combuskin, like they're fine. I'll just use that against this dragon. Or I've got my Blastoise. That'll win.
I wonder what I could use against this guy that would possibly be the best move.
I don't know. Could be anything.
Later, Gator. Doing.
Between that and stupid big fishing in 14, tomorrow's gonna be fun. Why are you angry, Sam? Tomorrow, all the kids. Oh, I don't know. Because I keep getting fucked over by big fish and teachers that take away their jobs.
They're gonna be so confused. They're like real big fish or what?
Yes, real big fish. I was listening to them earlier, but no, I'm talking about big fish, big fishing. So you went you remember
Final Fantasy 14?
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
God, it's for like a quest that's been around since you quit. But I was like, all right, I'll try and do this. And I've caught 5 out of the 6 fish, but this one specific fish has a specific window. It has to be thunder weather, which happens a lot in the Shroud.
Okay.
But it's a very low percentage to catch this one fish. So, and even when you catch it, doesn't matter how high your stats are, there's a chance that you won't catch it.
So you have to Predator RNGesus?
Pretty much. It's a low percentage chance to even get that fish. Once you catch that fish, it opens a 1-minute window. What? During that 1-minute window, you can catch the fish that you need for that quest.
Oh, jeez.
And you have to switch.
So it's a low chance to catch it. It's a low chance to find it in the weather that's needed.
You gotta
and then
find
a low chance to catch it. And then once you catch it, there's a low chance
to find
and
the actual fish that you want.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Fuck that.
So you get rid of its predator, and then you can catch the other fish.
What the fuck?
The thing about these big fish, too, it doesn't matter how high your stats are.
Is that what the donkey turns into?
I think so. No, not the donkey. It's one of the horses. Oh, yeah, the donkey. I guess the donkey turns that. That's a terrible color palette.
Yeah, I don't like it. It looks like poop.
Why is it brown?
Its name is Mudsdale.
Yeah.
And the donkey's brown, too.
But the red looks bad.
Yeah, that's a bad-looking red.
That's just, no, that doesn't look good. It's too close to the reddish brown, so it just kind of blurs it all in together, and there's no distinction between the two. Also, why does it look like he's a jazzerciser from the 80s with those things around his hooves?
Wait a second.
Like, when they would wear those big old sweatbands, like the poofy sweatbands, like the ladies and the guys?
Yeah.
And they'd have them around their, legs? That's what that looks like.
Butane is fire type.
Yes.
It just used some kick move against me, and it said it was super effective.
What
the fuck?
I don't know.
Maybe it's a critical hit. I swear it said super effective.
I didn't check it.
That was... Okay.
Yeah, that's not a good palette.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some of the color theory in this game just makes no sense to me. Like, his is okay.
Yeah.
Brown's just...
They all seem a little bit too off, a little bit.
Yeah,
I get
they're
what you're
either
saying.
oversaturated or non-saturated. It's weird.
Yeah. Let's do a hyper. Oops, I clicked the wrong button.
I'm not saying color's easy, but Jesus. Some of these
Coloring
design
is easy. It's
some of these
one of the
design
first things I
choices.
learned to do.
Yeah.
60. Yeah,
But yeah, it's the last fish I have to catch for that, and the window pops up every now and then, and I've caught all the technically harder fish.
So is that what you've been doing?
Yeah, that's why I've come in with the controller. I'm like, all right, it's this window, fucking, I'll just sit here and do other shit while I'm like trying to catch this goddamn fish.
I've been wondering what you've been doing on 14 all this time. I look
Yeah.
on Discord and it's like, oh, Sam's online. He's playing Final Fantasy 14. What the fuck?
Just fucking fishing. It's the only quest they've added too. So like, I finished that. I created a cool title called Of Dragons Deep. I'm like, that's a kick-ass title. You know, get that goddamn quest off my map
gross.
too.
Oh, fuck. Look at this nasty thing.
It's you.
So we just kill it. Yeah, except I'm sick, but not like drippy nosed.
Yeah.
I'm not sinusy. I'm very sinusy, but I'm not drippy nosed like that.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to catch that last fish, and I've caught all the other fishes, which is nice because all that I have left is this one specific window. But God, it reminds me of Final Fantasy 11 back in the day, where it's like, cool, you like RNG? Here you go.
Yeah.
It's like the only version of that in this game.
And I always had the worst luck in it too.
I've caught all the other ones, and all the people are like, oh man, wait till you get to Nepto Dragons. Like, I caught that. Wait till you get to Shinamaru. Already caught that. Wait till you get to Endochain. Already caught that. I caught all the other ones. It's this fucker that's being a bitch.
So what? It fell asleep and got healthy again.
It used Restore.
You fucking ass.
Worst part about it too is I've caught that prerequisite fish 3 times.
Yeah.
And the big fish has
Never showed
fucked
up?
off 3 times.
Oops.
So I've caught him and be like, oh, you failed. And before we started this session, I got 3 casts off in that 1 minute window.
Mm-hmm. Each of them.
It slipped off my time 3 times
that sucks.
in a row.
That sucks.
And it did it last time. It slipped off my thing 2 times in a row. I was just like, what the hell? And they've never made this one easier. They've kept this one at the same level of RNG, and no one has any way of making it easier, even with all the new abilities.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, does Patience 2 work? No, we don't know. Might work, might not work. People, like, it's like back to the theory crafting of 11.
Oh,
where
yeah.
like,
Facing a direction
if
for
you
crafting.
face this direction and you wait till this day of the time, like make sure it's Wednesday when using wind crystals, and
Yeah.
make sure you're facing north, because it may up your percentage by like 10%. It's back to that bullshit.
It probably won't. Oh, jeez. Fucking leave me alone.
And part of me likes the challenge that comes with that.
What the fuck?
That's what that thing evolves into.
I like it, though.
Yeah. The evolve form is cool.
Yeah, I get you. RNG sucks in all sorts of games, man. Like, unless there's a way to affect it, or they put it realistically, you know?
The one thing that's nice is,
RNG can suck.
unlike the other fish that I had to catch where they were really hard windows, like, for instance, there was one fish, dude, I've been looking for it for this whole week.
Mm-hmm.
I've only caught 2 of its windows. It has to go from fog to heat wave for a weather type in the southern Thanaland, and I only had it.
Fannyland.
I've been watching like the internet Sky Watcher Plus or whatever, which tells you when weather events are gonna come up.
Yeah.
For certain things. I've only caught that window twice, or only seen it twice, and luckily I got just the last one, which was this morning I got it.
Uh-huh.
But
Jeez.
that one at least has a high percentage, so I'm like, okay, that's
You're
a
like,
little
you'll
forgiving.
eventually get it, yeah.
I know I'll eventually get this one fish, because I've caught the other fish 3 times. It's only a matter of time, but it's just like, God, let me have it so I can be done. And you can't sell it on the market board, so I can't just cheat and buy it either.
Did you already use all your luck for all the super hard ones, and now this is you're just right here.
I
You're
honestly
so
think
close.
that's what it is. True, like that's
Oh,
the thing.
fuck.
That seems to be like that seems to be the way of me in video games.
Yeah.
The harder ones don't present as much of a problem when it comes to RNG, but when it's the last item that I need that's typically supposed to be the easiest, it's just a pain in the ass. And then you look on the internet and they're like, yeah, just pray to the gods, hold on tight, and hopefully you have something to watch, because fuck, this
is gonna suck.
This is gonna suck. And it's just a bummer because you have to wait for thunder weather, and even though it appears super periodically, like it's up all the time in the Shroud, for the South Shroud specifically, but it's like, oh, you have a 20-minute window to potentially catch this fish, and then after that you'll have to wait and be like, all right, it's gonna be another hour and a half before that window opens again. Cool, maybe I guess I'll do something else in the meantime, like either go work out or doing whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's good. You can go work out then.
Yeah, no, my working out's has been solid, so that's been nice.
I'm gonna name this guy
Eastbeard.
How would you spell that?
I have no idea. Like IESTBARD.
IESTB. You said ERD?
I was, just spelling as long as.
Okay. There it is. I don't know what it means or anything like that, but we'll go with it.
It doesn't really mean anything. It's like if you took ice and beard and you just kind of like said it as wrong as you could.
We'll see you guys next time. Beep, bop, boop.
I don't have any more rants for the next one, though.
That's okay.
I can't think of anything
We're just going to
else.
be catching Pokels.
I'm just going to, I'll look on the job forums again and see if I get it.
Yeah.
Other than just seeing constant, like, commercials for, like, I went on LinkedIn and got a job right away. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah. Well, fuck you too then.
Was that easy?